Hey everyone, quick video for you while we are snowed in here in Texas for Valentine's Day. This is the main Roadside Astro webpage. Just wanted a quick overview of what's actually here. The main webpage has navigation across the top that's broken out into 3 sections. You'll see locations, gear, and resources. You'll also see a link to the YouTube channel and the Facebook webpage. Under locations, there's a few resources here. There is a list of locations. They are a full breakout of places that I've been to provide some inspiration for the aspects of travel that you would expect. It has a title just labeling what I've anecdotally called it, just a name that I came up with. Brief overview of what's there. Brief overview about the location, including links to Google Maps, Dark Site Finder maps, web pages and phone numbers. Google Maps link again. This section is for the sky conditions that you can expect to see there. And also this section covers the basic logistics of actually traveling to that site, such as parking fees, pet shelters, and trash cans, things of that nature. It also gives a couple sample images. The map section is just a straightforward map powered by Google. You'll see that the icons for the map match the border scale that we have over here on the right hand side. The green represents the rural suburban transition zone, and over here in Turkey, Texas, over by Lubbock, where it's a lot darker than it is here in Dallas, you'll see that the icons are black, representing the border scale 1 excellent dark sky site. They do tend to fall sometimes into the border scale 2, but when you're in border scale 1, border scale 2, you're going to do great no matter what. If we look at the location here, there is a Google Maps presence here for the Turkey North rest stop that has been added. You can see, you can click on this and go to Google Maps. You'll see it right there. You have a full Google Maps instance, and you do have Google Photos. You can see those right there. If you do want to go to a location that hasn't been added, or if you see a location that needs to be changed, then what you need to do is fill out this form right here to add something or to remove something. You'll need to include at least your first name and last name, your email address. You can provide either a physical address or the GPS coordinates, and then your comments of something along the lines of please remove or please add this to the list, something to basically convey what you're trying to come across with. As you'll see, this is a full map. You can move it around, you can zoom in, you can get very close to where you need to be. Most locations will have a listing in Google. However, some, such as this one, the Three Rivers rest stop, does not have a Google Maps listing. The next is going to be the PTP Astro Location app. This is a tool that I made for myself. Just a quick overview. This one will get its own video. It's a quick place where you can go and look for places that might give you some inspiration while you're talking with your friends and family over dinner, maybe planning a vacation, talking about a road trip. You can look for places that I've been, places I've shared, and hopefully that'll give you some inspiration for where you might go on your adventures. Under the gear section, I don't want to focus too much on this right now. However, I do have some items listed, such as the Canon camera bodies that I've used. I do have the lenses listed under wide angle and telephoto. I do have one sky tracker the Adobe software as well as Deep Sky Stacker, Sequitur, GIMP, and Luminar. The apps need to get their own video as well, but they are listed here if you wanted to check those out. Lighting, flashlights, headlamps are pretty self-explanatory. The light panels, Aperture Amaran, the ALM9 and the ALF7 are both a higher cost light panel for light painting structures or subjects in the foreground. I chose them because they have exceptional build quality and legendary color rendering index, and for the money, you're going to be hard pressed to find a better source of light. I know sometimes if you have a lot of light pollution in an area, you have to work really hard on fixing your colors in Lightroom or whatever software you're using. And the last thing that you want to do is introduce yet another source of oddly colored light like you would find on the cheap $20 and $30 panels that you'll find on Amazon. Those usually have a very greenish yellow cast, and that's going to be yet another light source that you have to work with trying to eliminate the color cast from, and that's going to make your processing that much harder. So my advice is spend the money on the apertures. You're going to be able to use them for much more than just your astrophotography. Under miscellaneous, I just throw in a compass and one of my own personal favorite devices, which is the clinometer. I'll tell you more about that later. And please always carry a first aid kit when you are out in the field. Under resources, I have a gear deal here. This is a spreadsheet that I wrote for myself to help make sure that I am understanding the deals that I am working with when looking around on Facebook for used equipment. I am a proponent of equipment that comes from pre-existing sources rather than buying it brand new from a retailer, straight from Canon or straight from Best Buy or B&H or Adorama. Those are great stores, etc., etc. But if you can find somebody who has it local, a friend, a relative, a neighbor, somebody on Facebook Marketplace, I'm a big proponent of buying something that's already been purchased once. This one will get its own video. It's got enough here to tell everybody, or it's got enough here that you could really spend a lot of time talking about this one. I do want to show you these packing lists real quick. This is what I use for making sure that I do not leave things at home, and there's not going to be any grumpy situations like when I went from Dallas all the way to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and didn't bring either of my 2 tripods. So that's definitely something that a lesson hard learned. Always go through your checklists. I did also include some additional resources about summer driving, winter driving, safety from the KOA camping webpage. Gives you a quick overview. And then also Love the Outdoors. They have a checklist. It's a great resource. Love the Outdoors. I've not been on the site a lot, but their checklist is pretty comprehensive. So if you're out there doing actual camping, it's definitely worth a look. Under tutorials, right now I just have the B&H event space. I am going to be moving to a different format for this, but these are some beginning videos that you can watch and get a basic understanding of what it's like to do astrophotography, just some basic concepts. Links, Dark Side Finder, Telescopius, the Lonely Spec, Astrophotography Nightscape Lens Rating. I left out the Lonely Spec because that's a very long title, but it is from Lonely Spec. This is a tool that's used to help you understand your lens's ability to gather light, and it gives you a ranking based off of that capacity. Telescopius is a catalog and a little bit of a planning tool so you can understand what's in the sky at your location at your particular time when you're traveling. Dark Side Finder, it is very fast and just finding a location where you want to visit and telling you what the skies are going to be like. Stores, I've got Mile High Astronomy here. I've worked with them on acquiring my tracking mount. They were beyond exceptional, so this is going to be the place where I share information with you that I think might be concerning. If you have any issues with stores, if you tend to have issues with billing or processing or shipping, then you might find some of the information useful on some of the other stores that I've worked with. Or if there's a store like Mile High Astronomy that is just amazing in how easy it is to navigate their site, order the product, get it shipped out, and just the complete lack of issues. I definitely want to call out good actors there. Under the About section, there is an FAQ. It's pretty straightforward. I will be adding this as I go through. It's just got basic questions. Who runs the site? Guess what? It's me. Under Contact, I did put in an email form here. If you want to reach me through email, you can do that. It has a lot longer of a format if you need to convey some information. Definitely put in your name, your email address, and then the information that you'd like to convey. Click Submit. It'll go right over to me. There's also a Message Us button that will go back to Facebook, and you'll be able to get in touch with me. So that's the overview. I'll be creating videos for a few of these items, such as the location app, the individual listings to help go through and understand what I'm looking for at sites. The gears will not have their own videos, I do not believe. Doesn't seem like something I want to invest time in unless there's something exceptional. I will do kind of a longer form write-up on each of these. The gear deal definitely will have its own video. I do want to do a video on the packing and safety tips, tutorials. Definitely going to be getting my own. I do want to link to some of the Galactic Hunters videos. They do a great job about moving information along quickly and easily. Also, the links, there's a tremendous number of resources out there. This is just a few that I put in here so that we can have something. Stores, again, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything on stores unless it's just an amazing experience, far better than what e-commerce would typically allow for. So that's a quick overview of the site, and hopefully it was informative. If there's anything that you think should be there but you're not seeing, or if you think that there's something there that's going to be completely useless, do reach out to me. Again, you can contact me through the forum, or you can contact me through the Message Us button at the very bottom. I appreciate your time. Thank you.